5 huge, dare I say huge, retirement account withdrawal mistakes. These are big ones. A lot of people make them. If you do, you might not be looking as good 10, 15 years down the line. First of all, is there an order in which you're supposed to withdraw your funds from retirement? Yes, there is. The first set of funds you're supposed to withdraw from are your brokerage accounts. In other words, your taxable accounts. This is the area where you're first supposed to take your money from. You want to protect the other areas, the Roth assets you may have, the deferred taxable accounts, 401ks and IRAs. You want to hold off on those for a while. So the second one after your brokerage accounts are the deferred tax accounts, 401ks, IRAs. You want to continue to make that money work for you. You don't want to have to pull that out immediately. Best of all, if you have cash sitting around, take a little of that first before any of these three. The third is you want to take away funds from your Roth. Your Roth accounts are tax-free when you take them out. You want to have those all the way in the back. In most cases, that should be the last that you take from. Now, that being said, what are the 5 big mistakes? First, not withdrawing enough from your 401ks, your IRAs to avoid huge RMD penalties when you get to the age of 73. You could call it penalties, you could call it automatic withdrawals, either one. When you reach the age of 73 now, you have to automatically start taking some of that money out. It used to be 72, it's changed to 73 this year. So what does that mean? That means if you think, now a lot of people of moderate income like myself, I don't know if we're going to have that big of an account balance in order to really hurt us with RMDs when we get to that age. But if you think you might, you want to start withdrawing a little bit at a time from your 401ks and your IRAs. So when you hit that age of 73, you don't have this humongous account that you will automatically have to take some money out. That could push you into a higher tax bracket, which is something you do not want, especially in retirement, right? You don't want that. The second big mistake is not withdrawing from some of your money from your Roth and also from your cash. Hopefully you guys will have some kind of cash on hand when you retire. Doesn't have to be a huge amount, but especially in this environment we're in now, a couple of years of cash on hand doesn't hurt. The reason this might be good for you is because if you withdraw too much from your taxable accounts, you could be hit with a high tax bill. Also, it'll also bring your income up. If your income comes up, it goes along with being hit with a higher tax bill. So in order to keep that income down, bring some money, not too much, a little bit here and there where you need it, out of your Roth. Because again, when you take out of your Roth account, that is not counted as income. So if you want to keep your taxable income down, take some out of your Roth. Now, in my case, and probably some of your cases as well, I had to take money out of my 401k in order to qualify for Obamacare. Okay, it was like in the low 20s, $21,000, $22,000 last year. If that's the case, that's taxable income. I'm still in the 12% tax bracket though. You do not want to be pushed up to a higher tax bracket. Something you just don't want in retirement, guys. I mean, you're trying to save money every little place you can. Throat's getting bad again. Morning vodka time. Nothing like vodka in the morning. So yeah, keep that in mind. That's a big one. You want to keep that income down. If at all possible, pull a little bit out of the Roth, now and then. Number 3, withdrawing too much from your Roth. The main reason for this, for those of you that have dependents, children, spouse, whatever, when you're gone and those Roth assets get turned over to them, they can withdraw from those tax-free. Let me say that again, tax-free. So you don't want to deplete your Roth. Again, that's the number 3 part that you should be withdrawing from anyway. You want to keep enough in there so that you can bequeath, is that a word? Bequeath those assets to your children or to your spouse, and they don't have to pay taxes on that inheritance. That's big. Number 4, withdrawing from the largest balance, no matter what it is, first. You know, common sense maybe, or the first thing you might think about is that, hey, I've got $300,000 in this account. I've got $200,000 in this account. You know what? I don't care what kind of account it is. I'll just withdraw from that $300,000. Be careful on that. Depending on what kind of account it is, as we talked about, those 3 steps, taxable accounts, tax-deferred accounts, tax-free accounts. You have to take that in mind. Don't just look at the balance and say, you know, I'll take from here until it evens out. That could have bad consequences down the line for you for the steps that we've already talked about. Keep that in mind. That's big. And the final one, there is nothing that you have enough cash in backup. There's nothing to say that that's bad to do that. The reason for this is that if you have cash in backup, if you have cash on hand when you retire, I know I just totally screwed that up, right? It sounded like I was talking out of my butt there for a while. If you have some cash on hand, which I did a couple of years, that'll help you in all these withdrawal parts of where you're going to pull from first. If you have cash on hand, you can take a little bit out of that every single year so you don't have to withdraw so much from those accounts. You know, cash right now in this environment is king. Also, what that can do, your cash plus those tiny withdrawals that you might have from certain accounts in the first year of your retirement, it can help you push your Social Security out maybe another year or 2. Cash on hand plus your withdrawals from your retirement accounts, if you need it, can help you push that Social Security out by a year or 2, even 3 or 4. Every year you push it out, the more money you will get in your Social Security payments. I'm sure a lot of you know that already, but keep that in mind. So what it kind of comes down to, guys, is kind of a juggling act, right? Between the different accounts you have. Also, hopefully you have some cash on hand. Withdraw a little bit from each, going by those 3 steps we talked about at the very beginning: taxable, tax-deferred, and tax-free accounts. You have to take all that into consideration when you're withdrawing from accounts. You can't just say, okay, this is the biggest balance, that's where I'm taking the money from. These steps, if you do them correctly, it will really help you down the line, especially with RMDs when you get to your 73 years old. Here we go again. Should I go for the vodka again? No, I've had enough. Keep all those steps in mind, guys. They're really important, especially down the line when you get to RMDs. And if anyone of you have watching me for the first time, my name's Duane. I retired at 59 with a little over $500,000. This channel is for people with moderate income looking to get through retirement. If you might enjoy that, think about subscribing and also like the video. It's free. Why not? If you like it, like it. And anyway, guys, just keep all this in mind. Keep all those steps in mind. I know it might be a little confusing, but as long as you got the basic framework down, as always, we got this.